For those of you who watch the show a lot, you know I'm kind of fond of guns, but this is a rare treat because we are looking at 150 plus years of military rifles just within 3 feet. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we are out here in this fabulous store, Jorgensen's. You know, you guys sell everything here. If anybody knows Jorgensen's, right?
Including bowling balls.
Right?
I mean,
yeah, bowling balls too. But this is Todd, and he is one of the salesmen out here with the gun department. And you set me up with this beautiful sports rifle.
So we got you all set up on a
Yeah.
on a 223. We put a Vortex scope on it.
Yeah, I can't miss, right?
No. We'll find out.
Let's hope I don't miss.
So Rhea just bought this gun, and it is a close cousin to an AR-15, but it is set as a sport rifle. It's not a military one. But as far as looks go, we start with what we believe to be, and if there are any of you out there in our audience that know exactly what this gun is, please contact me and tell me, but we believe it is a Spencer, an early carbine that is at least Civil War in era or perhaps earlier. And then Todd, tell us about this one.
So this is a Winchester model 1894.
Which stands for the year they introduced it.
Exactly. This particular rifle was actually built in 1911. It's chambered in 30 US. This gun started life out about 2 feet longer.
Can you imagine that?
Once the war's over and the guys started bringing them home, they cut them down to make hunting rifles out of them.
This one is a model 1917. Springfield Armory and Enfield made these guns, and it became so powerful in the First World War just because of this modified Mauser action. The only thing we're missing is an M1.
Correct.
And we've got everything from the 1960s all the way back to the 1860s.
You don't sell used guns here, do you?
Yes.
You do sell used guns?
This is actually a used gun.
Oh.
This gun's on consignment from one of our customers.
Cool.
If anybody's interested in it, come down, check it out.
There you go. That's neat.
We'll talk guns.
So how much stuff do you have here, Todd?
We've got everything from 22 long rifles all the way up to 338 Lapuas.
Yeah, you even have some for the kids, that's a really good looking gun there.
Yes, these are really fun guns. Single shot, that's all you're allowed to do. They offer them in this really nice wood stock that you like so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But what's nice about these with little kids is you have to cycle the bolt, just like you do on a big kid gun. Put one bullet in.
There you go.
Close it. Then they have to have the hand strength to pull that plunger back.
That's perfect for the kids. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Teaching them good gun safety at a young age, that's what it's all about.
And most of your parents have to be there to pull that plunger.
You bet. You better hope so.
This is actually really good. This is what our show is going to be about today, is not only taking a look at what Jorgensen's has to offer, but with Rhea's brand new gun, we're going to go down to the gun range and we're going to learn how to clean them, how to shoot them, how to be safe. And that's all coming up. But right now it's time for us to go away to our Where To adventure.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure at Ruby's Inn Lodge, just outside Bryce Canyon National Park. And if you're going a little stir-crazy, looking for a place to maybe get away, well, consider this. Crowds here are way down. The prices are down. The temperature here is down. And as for COVID, well, this county is green. You might consider Ruby's Inn as a great family getaway.
For more than a century, the Syrett family has welcomed visitors to Bryce Canyon at Ruby's Inn. Ruby Syrett moved here in 1916, saw the value in the colorful canyon, and built a tourist lodge. Much of the early history went up in smoke in a disastrous fire in 1984, but Ruby's Inn bounced back bigger and better than ever, retaining its Old West character. But like many Utah businesses, it's now facing an unprecedented crisis.
Business is not very good this year.
Ruby's great-grandson Lance Syrett is struggling to keep things going during the pandemic.
So normally here at Ruby's Inn, our clientele this time of year is around 60% international, and those guys have just stayed home.
But Lance says some long-time Utahns are discovering this country for the first time.
It's not uncommon at the same time to talk to somebody who say, well, I'm 60 years old, I grew up in Utah, and I've never been to Bryce Canyon National Park.
Masks, plastic shields, 6-foot distancing are now the new normal.
We're safer than we've ever been here at Ruby's Inn. We've instituted all those necessary PPE things to keep people safe.
Most of the amenities at this sprawling resort are up and running. The old Bryce town across from the lodge features shops decked out in a western motif. ATV rentals and tours on forest lands outside Bryce Canyon are especially popular. Horseback riding along the canyon rim and through the forest, biking on the new paved trail. The swimming pools are open. Hotel room rates are discounted. The gift shop and restaurant are open for dine-in or take-out. The country music show at Ebenezer's entertains nightly, but without the buffet.
Ruby's Inn, it's really nice. I really liked how it's like log cabin-y. It's really like, I don't know, it just feels like really outdoorsy, like you're really out here in the woods.
Bryce Canyon National Park, just 5 miles down the road, is open as well. Trails along the rim provide great exercise and fresh air in a magical fairyland of unmatched scenic glory. The 4-mile Sunset to Sunrise Point loop is especially popular.
Very tiring, but it was worth it. The formations are cool, the colors are cool. I like seeing the red rocks.
The hoodoos were amazing. I've been around this a lot, but it just amazes me every time I look. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that one, or pointing it out to the boys. The shapes are all unique.
It's called a phased reopening, but most everything is open with restrictions, including social distance markers at viewpoints. Ranger talks require advanced sign-up. Masks are recommended.
You feel safe?
Very safe. There's a lot of social distancing and hand sanitizers, and people are pretty respectful of the COVID.
Reece Stein at your leisure with this week's Where To adventure at Ruby's Inn near Bryce Canyon.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out on the trail, but stay together for the journey. Polaris. Think outside.
Coming down into the little valley and stuff, you can look over the whole thing. For me, I can just feel the stress just kind of melt away. There's so many trails to go up on and explore. The desert, and then you've got the lake, you got the mountains. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a little piece of paradise out here. Pretty much anybody that I've brought up here, they will ask, can we come back?
At Stedman's Recreation, trucks are arriving daily with back-ordered side-by-sides, ATVs, and dirt bikes. Let Stedman's Recreation help get you outside so you can explore and create memories to last a lifetime. Call or stop by Stedman's to hold your side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike with a small deposit. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department and Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Anthony Lujan, host of the Pitmasters Podcast.
I'm Rusty Monson. I'm also the host of the Pitmasters Podcast.
What are we cooking today, Rusty?
Well, we're going to do a tri-tip. We got it from Yardley Meats out of Beaver, Utah. They have been around for about 160 years. We have said before that it's good to have local meats, so you know where your meat comes from. We're really excited to get into this. Anthony's going to cut this up, get some silver skin and some fat off. There's two different muscles, so they kind of cook a little bit differently. So it kind of has the same kind of resemblance as a steak feel. So we'll do a reverse sear on this, and we'll cook it up to about, depends on what you want. So all the way from 120 to 135, you can cook it. If you want to sear it, you can. I personally like the char.
And one thing that I do really like about tri-tip is you can hit everybody's, I guess, steak preference. Down here on this little bit thinner point area right here, you're gonna get your more well done cuts. In here, you're gonna get your medium rares. So throughout the whole process, you're actually gonna be able to hit everybody in your family's I guess cooking you need, yeah, all in one shot. Alrighty, let's get this rubbed down a little bit here. Yep, so we're gonna start off with a little bit of the Hooks rubs and spices, Mad Cow. This one, I'm not gonna go as thick because it does have a little bit of that heat aspect to it. Now we're gonna go with the Smoke and Sweetness by Hooks. This is gonna give you your savory flavor. What did you think about this stuff, Rusty?
I think it's great. It's got enough of a kick, heat kick. I'm actually not really into that much of heat, but I really enjoy these rubs.
And as you notice, once again, I did not go light with the seasoning, went heavy, you can't even see the meat. We'll let this sweat out for about 30 minutes, and then we'll get it on the Traeger Ranger over here, and we'll smoke it out, and then we'll show you that part next. All right, guys, we've had our tri-tip on here for about an hour and 20 minutes. We've hit the target temperature of 125 degrees. We're gonna sear this off on the grill right now. So there we go, we're just gonna let it sit there for a few minutes, get a nice sear on one side, and then we'll flip it over.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit of a twist. Now we're gonna flip it over. Let's maybe go right here where it's nice and hot. I'm gonna hit it with some duck fat. A nice little twist here. All right, guys, we got this seared off on both sides here. We're gonna take it off. We're gonna let it rest for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll slice right into it. So Rusty, tell them a little bit how I'm gonna cut this bad boy up, because there's a certain way you gotta trim a tri-tip.
Well, you know, you can kind of go against the grain, so we want to cut it this way. This is the best way to do it. So if you go with the grain, it's gonna be really not as smooth. It's gonna be like chewy. It's not gonna have a good bite to it. So if you go against the grain, it's gonna be really smooth, really good bite.
And there it is.
That's good.
Let's dust it with a little bit of your smoked salt here that he smoked up with some cherry wood, right?
Cherry wood, yeah.
Go ahead and take it for a ride there. Yeah.
It's good.
Has some nice heat to it. It's really good. All right, guys, thank you for watching. We'll be right back with At Your Leisure.
Can-Am takes terrain domination to a whole new level by partnering with Fox to introduce Smart Shocks, the industry's first fully self-adjustable suspension technology. This enhanced system works seamlessly to prevent excessive squat during hard acceleration, reduce body roll, and improve traction and stability while cornering, and reduce weight transfer while braking. The Can-Am Smart Shocks technology delivers the ultimate performance, control, and comfort on any terrain.
Sick of staying home? Getting outside and exploring great open spaces is now more important than ever. Spend your summer exploring Tooele Valley, where there is so much so close. Plan your escape now at TooeleValley.org.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are out here with Todd Brannon from Jorgensen's in Ridgefield. And Todd, you're gonna show me how to shoot this puppy and how to set it up, and we're gonna have some fun. You call it a giggle gun.
Yes, they're a lot of fun to shoot, really simple to operate. You're gonna shoot it and you're gonna find out why I call them a giggle gun.
I can't wait to get shooting.
Hand me one of your magazines.
All right.
What I'd like you to do, you're gonna take it just like this. Magazine's gonna go straight in the bottom.
Yep.
Just with a little bit of force.
Okay.
We've talked about it earlier. There's the release button on the backside for your bolt. Push it or slap it. That gun is now loaded. So go ahead and shoulder your rifle.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Now with your thumb, you can switch that over to fire. Push that down. There. Our target is this very first white square sheet of paper.
Okay. Yeehaw!
Okay, go again. Now, do you want to see what makes that gun so fun?
Yeah.
Do it twice really fast.
Holy sheester! I love this thing!
Now you know why it's called a Giggle Game.
Oh, this is so fun. And there is like hardly any kickback at all. It's like, this is amazing.
Correct.
It's a beautiful gun.
Yeah. There's a few left, so watch.
It's a whole new world.
And that's, you can shoot them fast, you can shoot them slow.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Honey, thank you so much for buying this for me for my birthday. All right, now, let's take off and see what Chad's up to. He's somewhere on the shooting range.
Well, thanks, Rhea. I'm here with Brogan Barney, who also works down at Jorgensen's. And you know, for every decade of life you're in, you can have a friend in the gun department at Jorgensen's, because they've got guys of all ages working there, which tells me that guns are pretty universally interesting.
Yep.
So we're going to do the history part here. Have you ever seen one of these before?
Yes, an M1.
No, this is actually older than that. This is a 1917. This is a World War I issue gun. It was replaced by the M1. Back in World War I, it was an entirely different thing. This was your clip right here. When it was time to load, you pick the gun up with your speed loader, set the clip right in here, and you just push down on the bullets. And they were better at it than I am because I didn't get them all the way in. So I'm going to just kind of pop these out here real quick. And I'm going to let you load that speed loader. Set it in there and push down on the bullets. You actually did better than I did. Good job. So the safety's over here. Yeah, I'm going to let you take the first shot.
Me? All right.
Yep. So you notice that you really have to kind of manhandle it. What do you think?
That's a fun gun.
That is a fun gun. Anyway, right now it's time for us to get away from here and go off to our Along the Way. This is so much fun.
The Utah city of Wellington has always been a shining example of how towns, state governments, and private entities can come together and create beautiful environments for outdoor recreation. The community pond was created in assistance with many organizations and serves as a reminder of this. And now, thanks to state parks and others, Wellington is paving the way forward yet again by adding a 2-mile stretch of off-road trail to give access to the pond and an impressive amount of other trails.
It'll be about 2 miles long to go from the pond through the back way and get out onto Farnham Road and then take off from there. It's going to open so many doors. You'll be able to go out to the Jurassic National Monument from Wellington, Utah. You can go out, see the Price River, Marsing Ranch overlook from Wellington, Utah, and it's just all going to be so nice. I just can't wait.
So how are Joan and the rest of Wellington making this happen? Well, it's all thanks to state parks and some very helpful organizations. With Nielsen's Concrete and Scamp Excavation providing some essential materials, all that's needed is some financial assistance. This has come in the form of a Fiscal Incentive Grant, or FIG grant for short. And it's all helped Wellington get the ball rolling and become a paradise for OHV enthusiasts.
Last year, one of my new council members applied for this fiscal incentive grant, a FIG grant, and we were awarded it, and it was $12,500. Because this goes on the outskirts, our trail goes on the outskirts of some private property, I wanted to fence my trail so that people would not be going off into the private property that's around there. So I'm using my $12,500, which I'm so excited about, to buy fencing. We're excited about it. We're going to probably go after some more fiscal incentive grant money and continue on to make our trail that when people come, shoot, they can go ride or they can stop at the pond and let the kids fish or whatever they want to do.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the wonderful local volunteers assisting with digging and construction. And they are all just as excited about the opportunity to have this trail.
Me and my son that lives here have side-by-sides, and my grandkids that live here love it. They ride a lot. They think it's awesome. And anything my grandkids think is cool, I do. Be awesome to throw a tent and some sleeping bags in the side-by-side and go for 3 or 4 days, 5 days. All right outside my backyard. I don't have to drive to Salt Lake or traffic or nothing.
It's a whole lot of fun to be out on the dirt, and you're looking at it and you're saying, now, is this something I would want to ride if I was out here riding? And to try to make it safe for other people and just to see the wildlife, it's just so worth it. There's nothing like volunteering.
From the community pond to a brand new strip of trail, the city of Wellington truly loves connecting with outdoor enthusiasts of every kind. If you're looking forward to visiting and hopping on this trail, stay tuned. The trail is set to be accomplished before the end of the year, so keep your vehicles warmed up and ready somewhere along the way to Wellington. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
All in a hard day's play. Find out how many ways you can fill up a day at uintabasin.org.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
Dear Diary, we went camping for our vacation on Tusher Lake. We did so many fun things. You know, I learned something on this trip. Camping on Tusher Lake is way more fun than any old mouse in an amusement park.
You know, it's just not a bad way to spend a day on a gun range. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're down in Richfield at the gun range, just on the north side of I-70, along with Todd from Jorgensen's, I was going to say Power Sports, but it really is
It is a power sport. That's a power sport.
Well, I guess that probably is.
High power.
So Todd, let's talk about the rest of the scorecard. How did we do on safety today?
You guys, you know, for the basics, I mean, muzzle control, obviously, want to be pointed up, away from other shooters, either downrange, at the ground, in the air like I'm doing. We had a couple of jams, so we practiced clearing a jam safely, which you guys did great on that. Clean up, obviously we've still got a little bit more to do, but that's one of the biggest things. Is that this is public, open to everybody. If we want to keep using it, let's pick up when we're done.
Yeah.
Well, we have one more chore to do. It's called cleaning the guns, because you always want your gun clean when you first use it, for lots of reasons, one of which is you never know when you're going to need it. So we're gonna head back to Jorgensen's and get a few pointers on that. Right now we're gonna do some house cleaning for you. It's our trail of the week.
This week's Trail of the Week is the Orange Trails, which are located in Emery County and begin in the town of Green River.
To get more information, including 360 street views from this or any of the other trails that have been completed on the Trail 360 project, visit theoutsiders.zone.
Now let's take a peek at next week's show.
Next week, Kevin and Gina get a fun-filled weekend with trail rides, ATV games, and great food, and amazing people at the 2020 Paiute UTV Jamboree.
Then we're off to visit a beautiful section of the Arapeen Trail as we join our friends from Sanpete County on another off-road adventure.
Finally, what do you do when they cancel your party on a holiday? Answer, make your own. We'll find out as we visit with the Yardleys in their hometown of Beaver, Utah.
Well, next week's show looks great.
It does indeed. But you want to keep your gun looking great. The one thing we didn't cover today, we said we were going to, is how do you clean your new gun? Because
Right.
I'm not going to do this for you.
No, I know you're not, and I don't want you to.
Okay.
So it's all good. So Todd, you're going to show me.
Okay, not a problem. Again, not only is this gun really easy to operate, it's also just as easy to clean.
Okay.
So obviously, first things first, always whenever you pull a gun out of a case or hand it to somebody, first thing we want to do is check it. So we're good, we're empty. So there's 2 pins on this gun that hold the whole thing together. The handle we had you pulling earlier to charge the gun, the charging handle to fire it, has 2 parts that come out with it. Usually what we'll do is we'll just give this a good cleaning, good rub down. Same thing with your charging handle.
Okay.
Your barrel is you take your rod and you run it down the barrel.
And you leave it on there.
Yeah, so now
You just pull it through.
you just pull. So after you clean your gun, get it all reassembled. Obviously keep in mind muzzle control. Always check the gun even after you've cleaned it. Safety's on, it's ready for the next trip.
Excellent. I want to thank you, Todd, for all your help today in getting this thing up and rolling and getting Rhea.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks especially
It's
for
been
the
fun.
cleaning so that she knows how to clean it. Although I think she's going to have trouble pulling that cable through.
No, I'm not. I got
yeah?
guns, Buster.
You have real guns, that's true.
If not, she knows a guy now.
That's true. Anyway.
I do. You're great. Thank you.
As we always say, there's adventure around every bend. You just have to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure. All right, I got to clean mine now.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.